What is going on, everybody? Depraved / Sharon. We're back with another video. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
Together we are
Celebrating Halloween.
Yes, we are. Now, we're not going to do this one with my mask on because it's a little bit of a longer video.
But it is for Spooktober.
Exactly. Shocktober. So this is a part of our Shocktober celebration. Now, understand, this is something I've been wanting to do for a while, is react to these kinds of videos. However, I didn't want to do it when everyone else started doing it because I didn't want it to turn into one of those, oh, you're just doing it because other reactors are doing it. Because no. I also figured things like this are better suited for October.
They really are.
Like, I know AOK's been doing, you know, the ghost videos and things like that, as well as several others. This ended up being a video I requested for somebody else to watch. They only made it three of the 10 videos in before they quit watching. Please understand, this is not going to be for the weak of heart. There are going to be things seen here that are disturbing. Mm. You're not going to see, like, nobody being murdered on camera. No crazy things like that. But it's going to be some real creepy things.
Also great for October.
Right.
Like we said.
If it is not your cup of tea, feel free to click off. Not to mention, this guy's voice is a little eh.
He delivers it very deadpan.
This is Chills. For those, and a lot of you probably know who Chills is. Scriptwork has reacted to Chills. AOK's reacted to Chills. I don't really like the dude's voice either.
At all.
But I do like the videos he typically uses.
Again, this is also not going to be, like, if watching AOK
because Chills
is
talks
fun.
Like this.
And so on and so forth. Because he spooks easily. The two of us are more likely to riff track this.
Right.
Just say, like, we're not like, we enjoy giving other people jump scares and watching it. We're not those people, though. So.
Right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to react to this as if you've already seen it. There will be pauses, probably not as much as a lot of other things.
But there will be commentary.
But there will definitely be commentary.
Whether we pause or not.
But yeah, guys, and the reason I say this is going to be disturbing, this is 10 videos from the dark web.
You should not watch.
That you should not watch. And who knows what we're going to get. I've seen this before, I think a long time ago.
I don't know that I've seen. I don't normally watch these simply because I tend to roll my eyes a fair amount.
Right.
At people's reactions, I guess I should say. Yeah.
Now, obviously, we don't know if these are things that have truly happened to people or if these were all set up to just have...
Right, go viral or whatever. Yeah, we're not.
But let's see what the dark web has to offer. Let's get it.
They say you can find anything on the dark web, though why you would want to find any of the things mentioned on this list is beyond me. Number 10. This 11-minute video has been making rounds on the dark web for a while and has only recently come to the surface. In it, something human-shaped wrapped in garbage bags is taped up and kept in various strange poses. In a chair, at the bottom of steps, and so on. Every so often, a man with a bag over his head comes in and fusses with the strange object. At one point, he even tries to get...
I really hate this dude's voice. Because he's gonna do this.
He puts together great videos, guys, but oh, good lord. Express yourself. Don't repress yourself.
This is definitely... Now, all of these, you could probably say this too, but this is... I'll probably say it a couple times. I'll try not to overstate this. But these are all pretty much going to be videos that, like... I could definitely see this as being something somebody created just to fuck with people.
Right.
But at the same time, what if there is somebody actually making videos of some dead body wrapped up in a garbage bag and then posing
that they're
them
trying
off?
To feed?
That they're posing off.
Yeah, I know. Just people do this shit, and you know,
people are insane.
We're not saying that you should or anything, but I kind of feel like it's a spoof on, like, the Hansel Gretel thing, but from the witch's perspective, like fattening it up.
Right.
You know.
Give it food in the bathtub, despite there being no mouth hole. Towards the end of the video, He puts the object onto the kitchen counter and begins to carve into it. This video was filmed in black and white and has many different artistic camera angles. The dark web is full of many videos like this, but I guess every once in a while you could be looking at someone who is really acting out their twisted fantasies on a real person. For all we know, this could be the aftermath of a Red Room video. Number 9. A YouTuber named Surviving Life finds a dark web subforum dedicated to the most disturbing content imaginable. I can't even show you most of the thread titles, let alone what's in them. But I'll put it like this, the people here are looking for stuff that would easily get your door kicked in by the cops. After going through a few pages, Surviving Life comes across one thread in particular that easily tops them all.
I want to buy a human infant. I will pay any price.
I don't know exactly how this person expects to buy an infant.
I will pay any price, must be reasonable.
Right.
Like, dude, seriously? Seriously. I will point out that while this may not be a legit site, may not, you know, that's part of the thing that is
honestly, this is one of those things I can see this being a legit site.
No, I can too,
like...
and I know that there are sites like this that are legit. I'm just saying that everything that we post here that he has gathered together, guys, we're not fact-checking on this.
No.
But I will say, like, a lot of people thought the Hostel series, for example, was just straight-up torture porn. The fact of the matter is, the first movie almost got banned by the countries that is a real problem in. Like,
right.
That is an actual thing, guys. Yes, Hostel displays fantasy, basically, but it's based on real stuff. People do buy people to murder. That's a thing.
Right.
So yeah, this is probably how some of them do it too.
Or how much a reasonable price is. Thankfully, Surviving Life does not click on the link to find out. I did notice it seems to have 14 replies though, which leaves me with a terrible sinking feeling inside. You might think all of these requests are fake, but apparently Surviving Life has seen versions of this website before.
Okay, and the name of this site is so infamous, and the people on it, this isn't the first time they've put a site together like this. This is a system where these sites go up, they go down, the content's moved,
and provides us with some more insight about its long history. He soon grows too disgusted with all of humanity and logs off for the day. I think that the website is probably 100% real, but I would like to get your opinion based on this video evidence shown here. Number 8. This grainy black and white video was supposedly taken back in 1999 when the internet was still in its early stages of development. A woman has apparently been chosen against their will for a Red Room show, which is where people make suggestions as to what should happen to her next. Kind of like a more interactive version of the movie Saw. She is clearly in distress, though I'm not sure if this is real or just acting. This scene seems realistic enough to make me uncomfortable, but I'd like to get your opinion as to what is going on here. She could be a paid actress, and this could be from a movie for all I know. We may never discover the real answer, unless more of the video surfaces from the deep web.
I will say, Red Room videos are a real thing as well. I don't know necessarily if that one was real or not.
Right, exactly.
Like he said, but it is enough to make you feel a little bit uncomfortable to know that there are people out there that want to legit watch people be tortured. I mean, we had just talked about the hostel situation.
Or who want to have an input into what happens next. Like, even if it's not what we consider, like, hostile saw type physical torture, some of it's just deeply mentally scarring type torture.
Right.
Humiliation. Again, I will repeat, and I've said this earlier tonight, that I am the most misanthropic philanthropist ever. Like, I love humanity. People legit suck.
Right.
Like, does the study psychologically of, like, a psychopath's mind intrigue me? Yeah, for sure. Like, I was studying to be a criminal profiler. On the other hand, stuff like this is just like the fact that these people exist that find this entertaining in terms of what we were talking about, being the person who buys a human or has input into how to torture someone. Seriously?
Right.
Like, I mean, honestly, even when it comes to corporal punishment in terms of, like, criminals, do I believe in the death penalty? Absolutely. Do I believe in doing something like this to them beforehand? No.
Mm-mm.
Like, firing squad, hang them, I don't care. But yeah, I don't believe that torture like this, or for any reason, honestly, should be a thing. Yeah.
Right.
7. Another supposed Red Room video shows a person wearing a large hood over their face, looking down at the floor. I think the room is in pitch black and this was taken with night vision. After more than 4 minutes of uncomfortable silence, a man dressed in all black with gloves on wakes the person up and begins talking. Try to translate what is being said here if possible, so that we can better tell what is really going on.
Where are you headed? Where are you headed? I don't know, just drive back.
Whatever is said.
He ended with, I don't know, just go ahead and something.
Right.
Now, and at the same time, the guy that's in the hood, I don't think he's looking at the floor. I think it's a hood. He can't see shit.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, he's like looking at the floor. It's like, where else are you going to look?
Right.
Like, he says he wakes him up, so, I mean, he could just be nodding off. It could, but yeah, most, if you see even, and I'm not saying this isn't real, but if you see real movies that are verified of people in hoods, they are often looking down because it's maybe the only gap that they can find to see their feet, see where they're going. And also, if it's a full facial covering with no gaps whatsoever, there's nowhere else to really look.
Mm-mm.
So, and he did say it's filmed in night vision. I mean, it's not like he could look around the room even if he weren't in a hood.
Right.
Someone's trying to start the car.
It's a bummer.
It appears to send the hooded man into a great amount of distress. I notice that a voice changer is used, which makes me think this video could be real. After all, whoever is involved would want to go to great lengths to keep their identity concealed. I'm not sure what happened next,
They would do that
but
in
based
a
on the overall
movie
tone of
as
this
well.
video,
Right.
I doubt this person made it out of the room in one piece. Number 6.
Really?
A YouTuber named Amir returns to the dark web after getting many requests from his followers to do so. The first thing he finds is a strange collection of texts promoting superhuman abilities through special muscle exercises. Overall, the detailed instructions sound really complicated, futuristic, and weird. Then at the bottom, Amir comes across a strange date of publication that leaves him scratching his head in puzzlement.
Based off of. I want to try this. The first one was okay. Consists of continuously contracting very hard the upper.
He grows tired of reading the mountain of text and comes across this creepy dark website next. It's nothing more than a still photo of a man with huge black bags under his eyes, staring you down with a knowing grin. I don't recognize the photograph from any place, but I would like to know if you have.
That's
I
fantastic.
am not making this up. This is literally the page.
There's
Although-
apparently a secret.
I will say, it's not necessarily black bags under his eyes. It's just the way that the film was taken. It's like that X-ray kind of filter
I
on
mean,
it.
it could be an amalgamation of things. It could be the way the picture was taken with the filter. It could honestly be he's wearing makeup.
Right.
Or he could be tired.
But that is the full eye socket, though.
Right.
Like, I mean, granted, when you have bags under your eyes, it's easy to, like, enhance that look, too. But with the full eye sockets like that...
It's like a lighting trick, and then the filter.
Yeah, or they superimpose, like, skull eye sockets type
Right.
thing. But, yeah.
This is literally the page.
There is apparently a secret place on the page you can click to proceed, but Amir can't find it and moves on to the strangest dark web discovery yet.
Kidney for sale. Choose price negotiable. Buyer pays for all travel, accommodation, and surgery costs.
You found the
There
black
are
market.
pages upon
Yep.
pages of organ donors looking to sell their guts for some quick cash. Based on the outrageous demand for organ donors and the long waiting lists to get one, I have little doubt that this message board is real. The listings are quick, to the point, and highly detailed. Number 5.
Now, and that brings me to an interesting conversation, too. We've seen many urban myths and horror stories
About the black market.
based around, you know, a girl being drugged and then waking up in a bathtub full of ice and her kidneys missing.
Right. Stitches in the side, that kind of thing.
And I think... I think all stories, even horror,
Have some basis in truth.
have some basis in truth. I'm not saying that, like... Guys, I don't believe people wake up constantly with organs missing.
Constantly.
Because to be honest, if your organs are missing, there's a good chance you're just not waking up.
Okay.
Granted, there are some organs you can live without. It takes specific surgeries to get through
Okay, here's
to
the thing.
survive that.
Not a lot of people need to be stolen off the streets for the process.
Right.
Even like travel is a requirement a lot of times. I will say that because what happens is the people that are the fetchers, the people that convince people to donate their organs, often prey on
Needy people.
people that need money, and a lot of times that happens in not third world countries, but in third world like settings. And I specified that because I wouldn't consider like India third world. It's not. But in the suburbs, the farmers and whatnot, a lot of them are struggling right now with costs, just to keep their farm going, just to get bread on the table.
Right.
And there are legit people that go out there, talk to them, and say, hey, yo, you could make this much if you give me your kidney. And so what happens is the black market trader gets the phone call, hey, we need a kidney, sends his little gophers out. They find what's necessary, but they do get an agreement. Now, does that mean that it's a safe surgery? Does that mean that the surgeon is certified? No. But they're not stealing people off the streets that just
Right.
wake up without any knowledge. There's plenty of people who are hard pressed enough to do it that they do so
Or
with
in
consent.
situations like this. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Americans that every day are like, man, I could really use some money. I wonder if there's a place online that maybe I could sell a testicle
Oh, yeah.
or
But it's
a
not
liver
just
or a
and
kidney. not liver.
actually, American citizens are mostly the buyers. And
Right.
again, it's because our medical
lists are
stuff
ridiculous.
is so high cost. Insurance companies are almost useless, and you get on a wait list, but if your kidneys are failing, for example, you have very little time to get this fixed, especially if you have pre-existing
Either very little time or a lot of what are those procedures called?
dialysis.
Dialysis.
Yeah,
a lot of
which
dialysis
is
treatments.
a lot. It's like 3 times a week for 8 hours a day. It's agonizing, and you're in pain. But the other thing is they judge you based on factors like, are you a drinker? Like, why is it failing? That kind of thing. So yeah, a lot of people know that it's illegal, but are they going to weigh their life versus, so they will buy from other countries. But you think about Americans in general, like if we want money, there's plasma donations, there's sperm donations, you can donate your eggs. So, I mean, we willingly consent to donate body parts all the time.
Right.
A YouTuber named IT Guru 360 is making a tutorial about how to access the dark web when he comes across a cryptic video that he has never seen before. Long strings of binary code fly under the watchful gaze of a floating skull face.
That's
Some
making
people
me
say the
motion
skull
sick.
somehow feels mesmerizing, and that it
No.
was created to lull you into an altered state of mind, perhaps even insanity. If anyone can translate this programming language into English, then please let me know. Oh, and as for this shape-shifting, strange face that's in the same video, I'm not even sure that I want to know. Somehow I doubt its backstory is anything good. Number 4.
That's not that creepy to me.
He really makes things like super like woo.
Over dramatic. I'm sorry, guys. It takes a lot more than some do. I do that in every video that we've done so far.
Like I said, honestly, all it did is make me slightly motion sick, and I have a very hard time with motion sickness, guys. So,
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm super sensitive to that. Otherwise, yeah, I wouldn't give that the time of day.
Gabe Helmy and Darcy Young decide to push their luck on the dark web and see what they can uncover. It isn't long before they discover a secret website meant for selling everything, including some really creepy items too. Soon afterwards, they find a website that is supposedly made by Russian hackers who can get into just about anything. It looks like their service costs around $2,000 on average based on current Bitcoin prices. You can even bring down a website for 24 hours for $12,000, but that hardly seems worthwhile. Something about this website design looks very amateurish, so I'm not sure it is real. Number 3.
Now, I don't know, though.
Why would they want a fancy schmancy website saying we'll hack anything?
Which, to be honest, you're not going to spend a lot of time making something look pretty if it's going to be taken down to be brought back up somewhere else.
Right, and a lot of these sites do have to hop.
Right, so it would actually make more sense that it does look very basic.
Well, it is basic. It's offering services. It's not like, again, why would you want a fancy schmancy thing for like, we're going to hack everything?
Right.
And yeah, again, those services are offered. My question is kind of more like the guy that was doing the tutorial for how to access the dark web. Guys, why? Like, I mean, I get curiosity and this, that, and the other, but like...
Well, I mean, it does make sense, because there are going to be some people that want to travel the dark web.
True.
If at the very least, just out of curiosity, like, what do they really have? Because let's be honest.
I'm curious.
There's a lot of people that probably don't believe that the dark web is out there.
Right, that's true.
So in a lot of times in a situation like that, I got to see it to believe it.
Right.
So then they start getting into it, and that's when people usually are like, wait, what?
I just feel like a lot of the people, like the person we're listening to right now, Chills, or some of these people that look like they're accessing it are not maybe the type of people that they can't handle the truth.
Right.
Like I said, I was studying to be a profiler, guys. I have seen crime scene photos that are not released. You know, I've seen a lot of stuff. So I'm not one of the people that's like surprised. It's unfortunate. I am not surprised by the absolute low, banal nature of humans, which again is why I'm sort of misanthropic.
Right.
Chloe Alliang is a British supermodel who claims to have been taken and put up for auction on the deep web. She arrives at a sketchy studio in Italy only to be jumped from behind.
A hand comes from behind onto my neck. Eventually they tackle me to the floor and the syringe goes in, and that's when it all goes black.
She wakes up in the trunk of a car zipped inside of a black bag, take her to a secluded room, and finally reveal her fate.
He says, "You've already been put up for sale."
They put you up for sale?
Yeah.
Where?
On the dark web.
This is where the story gets kind of weird. She says that after 6 days, her captives did not want any money and felt bad, so they let her go. I guess this is possible, but when one of the men was eventually caught, he said that she told him to do it as a way for her to get famous. Some people also say she does not look sincere in her press statement. I think she is probably telling the truth, but I'm not really sure what to think at this point. Number 2.
And this is how you know Chills is gullible. I was telling you now, if you didn't see my face and probably her face at the same time, halfway through that conversation, we're like, really?
Yeah.
It's
okay. Here's the thing. If they already have the injectable, I mean, this is a big thing. If they already have a legit injectable to take someone out in order to kidnap them, this is not amateurs, guys. If they can get a sedative, if they know how to, dose it out, take someone, if they have a place to store someone for 6 days, because keep in mind, you got to be away from everybody. It's got to be 6 days is a long time to hide a human.
Right.
For them to then feel bad.
Right. Yeah, they don't feel bad.
Yeah, like, and
not if you've done this before.
And they said that they had put her up for auction, or she said that they had said that as soon as she woke up, that they had already done it. Yeah,
she was an attractive woman.
She wouldn't have sat around for 6 days in the first place.
No.
Also, if they put her up for auction before she was even awake, it means, again, they're not amateurs. So yeah, to feel bad and then to show their faces and feel bad enough so that person was then able to be brought in, right, identified. Like, I'm sorry, but even amateurs, when they panic, if you've seen their face, are likely to kill you.
Yep.
So, yeah, and I mean, like, anybody, I have seen, obviously, a lot of us in Truth that have watched True Crime, ID channel, whatever, you see survivals when they're recounting what happened to them, and either you get kind of a deadpan presentation because they are repressing it. Guys, people process stuff in all sorts of different ways, or you get an emotional reaction. You very rarely get someone who's...
And it's never, they let me go. It's, I escaped.
Right. Occasionally there has been, like, a long-term interaction between them where there is that... the kidnapper really does feel bad, and it's either because they're not the brains behind the operation,
right,
or they really did get emotionally connected with that person. But again, it's very, very rarely ever in a business scheme for sale.
Right.
Like, we're talking about maybe a ransom kidnapping, or a kidnapping because, unfortunately, it's a rapist. Stuff like that. We're not talking about when they're going up for auction.
Right.
That's purely business. Slave trade is a big thing, and they rarely feel sympathy for their victim.
We have, like, a video a year we have to watch on human trafficking.
Yeah. For his work is what he's talking about. Keeping an eye out for it, signs of what it is. Right. But you get into that... You even think about selling a human for whatever purposes, because obviously they never know what is going to be done to them. Yeah, you don't feel bad for the victim. You just don't.
2. A YouTuber named Sir John pokes around on the dark web. Soon he finds himself reading some extremely bizarre tutorials that leave him stunned.
He's like tutorials on how to, like, eat people and cook them. It's like it's a regular thing for these people. Look at this.
It's a
whole article on
book.
how to, do that.
I don't think Sir John would ever do anything like this himself, but as I watch his curious reaction...
This is a step-by-step guide on how to break down the human body from the full figure into serviceable choice cuts of meat.
Wow.
I will say that the way that this is written leads me to believe that this is real.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, this is an educated person that is writing this. It sounds like a research article,
Right.
As in any field, there are a number of methods to the practice.
We're not going to say read the whole thing.
No, I'm not, but I was just like, wow. That says it all right there.
Right. And this dude seems completely interested in it. Like, I'm more interested in it from a...
Holy shit.
Curious point of view. Like, I have no desire to eat human meat yet.
Oh, none whatsoever. Like, I'm just...
Because I know Chills is about to point out, like, judging from his curious looks, he might... Dude, I've watched way too many of Chills'
But
videos.
it's just... yeah.
Right. Just the fact that there are people out there that actually go through and write this. Like, it's...
Well, and also did research, because, throughout culinary history, as long pig... Like, culinary history, come on. this person did research.
Right.
Sir John would ever do anything like this himself, but as I watch his curious reaction to the materials, I can't wonder how many other people have been actually introduced to this in exactly the same manner. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out.
That's
I recently released the music video for my song Dreamland, and we may have caught something paranormal at the 55-second mark. Tap the circle icon in the top right corner, then tap my music video and let me know what you think it is. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, so if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it.
Yeah, give it up to Chills for...
That's a creative way to do that.
Dylan is Chilling at Instagram, an amazing name.
Nice.
And then that's fun.
For a face reveal.
Right.
Like, I like that he has little...
You want to see what I look like?
Yeah, little
Follow me on
bonuses.
Instagram, motherfucker.
Right. Watch my music video because it might have a paranormal moment. Like, great.
Then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new videos I upload every Thursday and Saturday. Number 1. Kenneth Freeman began filming himself doing horrible things with his daughter Vicky sometime during the 90s. These terrible videos grew worse and worse for well over a year. As he became more elaborate and sadistic, he was sharing them online the entire time for many years. Vicky did not feel safe enough to report what was done to her for 4 years at the age 14. Her father fled all the way to China, but he was discovered and taken to trial 1 year later. He was sentenced to 50 years behind bars.
Thank God.
Sadly, the Vicky series continues to be traded online to this day and has become infamous among dark web sickos everywhere. It's disgusting to think how people are still finding pleasure in her grief all these decades later. But as long as the dark web continues to exist, there is little that can be done. Most people go their entire lives without needing to call 911, but the next time something bad happens, don't be surprised when those 3 numbers are being dialed for you.
That was
fun.
That last one, though, it's like, really?
Right.
Like, come on, guys. That's re-victimization.
It is something that happens.
It is.
I don't think I've necessarily... Okay. I have looked up some questionable things in my time. Questionable in terms of just gruesome. I don't look up, like...
Never anything like that.
No, never anything like that. But I used to go to... there was a website called Rotten.com, which I don't think is around anymore. A lot of people, I probably just said that, and they're like, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It'd be pictures of, like, there's a guy that took a shotgun to his face but lived. And they took pictures of it.
Right. It's gruesome stuff.
Gruesome shit. Like I went through a very morbid time in my life when I was just like, I guess I was just more curious about death.
Again, yeah, it's the curiosity thing. Like I said, I've seen crime scene photos that haven't been publicized, that kind of thing, and like I can look at them objectively because I was studying to be in that field where I would need to see this stuff.
Right.
Have I ever looked up? I will say in a scenario like the one that we just saw, would I look up the history on it, the story behind it?
Maybe the story, yes.
Yes, I would. Would I ever want to see those videos? No.
I have seen videos, but it's always grainy security camera footage. I've seen videos of people being stabbed to death.
Right. Well, again, I've seen that kind of stuff.
And honestly, it's actually usually in other countries.
Right.
Somebody will walk into a bistro.
Right.
And just walk up to somebody. Obviously, I don't know the story or what's going on, but you watch them walk up, you see an arm move a couple times, and then they walk away. Just crazy shit like that.
I've seen people getting shot on...
I've seen 2 people killed on video.
Right.
The first one fucked me up so much that I couldn't sleep for a couple days. Which, I guess now that it's been a long enough time, the thoughts of it don't even really bother me.
Right.
But it's actually a video you can find on YouTube of a politician who commits suicide on national TV.
Right.
And honestly, when I heard it was on YouTube and I looked it up, like, it was more of a, there's no way they put this on YouTube.
Right, and then it started playing and you're like...
You actually have to click a button that says, like, this has sensitive content.
Right.
You click into it and it's all kinds of crazy. The other one was a video somebody had posted on on their Twitter timeline. Of a dude that was driving a cab being killed by one of the people they picked up.
Right.
And I actually got kind of pissed off about that one because I didn't know what I was watching at first.
There was no warning. There
was no warning for it, no whatever. And typically if I'm scrolling through and I see a video, I'll stop to see what it is, at least until the first commercial break. And yeah, you watch him get killed, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why are you posting this shit?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no need to
I ended
recycle that stuff.
Those are honestly, y'all can come and shit talk me all you fucking want. I will laugh at you. I will not block you for it.
Right.
But the moment you start showing me videos, like, it's the first time I think, and this was just a couple months ago. It was the first.
I remember you saying it.
It was the first time I ever blocked somebody.
Right.
I blocked them and the people they got it from. Like, don't share shit like that.
Right. Right.
But yeah, I've seen a lot in terms of videos, pictures, things
honestly,
like that,
stuff like that. Again, I would block them as well, but the reason for blocking them wouldn't be because I haven't seen stuff like that and it fucked me up, or however you want to put that. It would be because there's no reason that they should be recycling that. They shouldn't. And if they are, and it's for the purpose of education versus shock, there should be a warning.
Right.
Anybody who's doing it to put out the message or a warning, or there's a valid reason behind it, which honestly there's not that many guys, would have put a warning to anybody that, you know, this is sensitive material and it's gonna fuck you up. I'm only doing this because those are the people that actually have something to say about it.
Right.
So, again, guys, I know we're not your normal squeamish, squirrely, jumpy people.
Right.
But it is October, and actually, this was more of like a...
This one was a little disappointing. So this was not the video I thought it was going to be.
This is more like a PSA.
There's another dark web video somewhere. It is a series of videos. Like actual videos people have posted on the dark web of not actual people necessarily being shown like this.
Right.
Or the case thing, but just real weird videos.
Like almost maybe paranormal.
No. Just weird videos.
Okay.
Like of actual people doing weird shit. I don't know.
Okay.
It's hard to explain. That's the one I was looking for. I'll find it at some point. That'll be one we do.
Right.
We'll
probably like you said. We'll try and focus more on like spooky kind of stuff for.
Like I said, had this been what I thought it was going to be, it would have fit a lot more.
Right.
Into what we were trying to do. This one's a little off kilter now.
Oh well.
But I mean,
still,
be careful of the dark web, y'all. It's a real thing.
It really is.
It's
a lot. Well, even if the videos you're watching on the dark web, if you're there, aren't true, unfortunately, pretty much everything that was shown here happens.
Right. People get sold. Murder weapons get sold.
There are
body parts get sold.
Hostels around.
Be careful, y'all.
Yeah.
The world's crazy.
Like I said, people suck.
Yeah. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen,
Sweet
if you guys
dreams.
Liked the video, slash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below, what did you think of the 10 dark web videos you should never watch? Also comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reaction to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response. That's also a great place to drop requests.
With that being said, we love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Cannot wait to scare you all later.
Happy Shock-Tober.
Peace.